Hi everybody, Todd Smith, President Smith Transport. Excited to be part of the Smith Transport team here to talk about the Walmart, Bedford, Pennsylvania dedicated opportunity. There's a lot of really cool things to talk about here. I'm going to try to zero in on a few, and certainly if you have any questions or additional comments, I'd love to hear from each and every one of you on how we can make this the best possible dedicated fleet for Walmart throughout their network, so that we keep this fleet for many, many years so we all benefit long term. So let me give you some history here before I talk about that. For those of you who do not know, Smith Transport has been in business for 37 strong years. And why I mention that is that means we have longevity. We have longevity with being the best carrier in this part of the country. We have the best equipment. Hopefully you're seeing that. We're putting brand new trucks into this operation down in Bedford. And we believe we have the most professional drivers in the trucking industry. And I want to say one very key thing about that. Walmart, as you all know, is a very large company, and they have dedicated fleets all across the country. And there's a lot of competition out there among the trucking world for these dedicated fleets. Smith Transport was honored to win this operation in Bedford, Pennsylvania because of you. You are professional drivers. Smith Transport started off with about 50 drivers in Bedford, Pennsylvania, and because of your service and because of what you did, Walmart was excited about bringing that contract to Smith Transport. And that means a lot to all of us at Smith Transport. It's something that we're very proud of. So for those 50 drivers, original 50 drivers that were on this program, I want to thank you very, very much for a job well done. It's created new opportunities for the rest of us within this fleet. So let me tell you about this fleet. One thing that I believe is very important is that all of our drivers on this fleet know basically as much as I know. And you know, what does this mean? I want you to take ownership in this contract. And I want you to take ownership in this contract because we want this contract to last for many, 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 many years. And I mean many years. These are good jobs for our local community. It represents Smith Transport quite nicely in the Northeast, and it's something that we're going to heavily invest in. And we're going to heavily invest in, again, in new equipment, people on site, facilities. I think you're going to see the office down there for those drivers that have been with the account prior to Smith Transport taking over. I think you can really see the improvements in the office, upgrade down there, and so many other things that we'll be doing. But this fleet is going to be 135 trucks, and it's going to be 20 day cabs. We're going to start putting in here shortly. The 20 day cabs, we're going to slip seat those 20 day cabs with 2 drivers to a truck, and the rest of the trucks will be brand new sleeper units, either the LT Internationals or you're going to see some Freightliner Cascadias down there. And that's going to be the makeup of the fleet. And then we're going to have about 160 drivers or so. So every individual driver, it's up to you to do your job so it doesn't impact the rest of the drivers in a negative way in terms of our performance with Walmart. Walmart's expectations are extremely high, and I know we can do it because we have been doing it with on-time service. Be safe, get good MPG. One thing that they want us to do with our trucks is get at least a minimum of 6.8 MPG, which would be your ECM setting. So please pay attention to that. Please pay attention to your way you drive your truck, your speed of your truck, progressive shifting, and on and on and on, because we have to get 6.8 or better per the contract that we have signed. So if you do get a question or a phone call from our office staff asking about your MPG, that's why they're calling, and we certainly want to route the truck back into the shop to see if it's set up incorrectly or if there's something wrong with the engine itself that's keeping you from getting at least 6.8. So that's important to understand. The contract that we signed with Walmart, it's at 18 million miles a year. So we're going to get 18 million miles a year that's coming to us each and every year, which is fantastic. And it's going to be again, it's going to be really good for all of us. Those of you who have been there since the beginning, since Smith Transport, you're seeing a ramp up period. And during a ramp up period, we're calling that about a 90-day ramp up period. We started that about late September, and the ramp-up period is each week we get more or a larger percentage of the freight that's available to haul, and by the time we get to late November, early December, we're going to have 100% of all the reefer loads and 70% of all the drive-in loads. Today we're getting just a little under 100% of the reefer loads and about 30% of the drive-in loads. So what that means, why I want to share that with you, is that means there's going to be more miles coming. It's just a matter of time. We're going to have more miles, more loads, and the intent is that for each and every one of you to make the miles that you're looking for, to make the paycheck that you're looking for. We believe we're paying best in class when it comes to cent per mile. We're paying I believe it's so much for every stop. So at the end of the day, this should be a really nice paying job for each and every one of you, with predictable home time, driving a brand new truck. And that's, we're very proud of that. And again, we're very proud of the opportunity that this provides for everybody at Smith Transport. Maintenance is important. We have the shop down there. Smith Transport's taken over the shop, and I believe that transition is just happened in the last week or so. So make sure you get to know the staff down there, and let them know what needs to happen to your truck, or if you see a trailer that needs some work, let them know. Even though Walmart owns the trailer, we're accountable for the maintenance. So treat the trailer like it's yours, and that'll help us keep our costs in line for the contract that we have signed with Smith, or with Walmart. But this contract also requires that we work basically 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So Walmart distribution, this is their distribution for the Northeast, and of course, being a food, shipping groceries and shipping all the things coming up the fourth quarter year for the year-end holidays, they're going to be very, very busy. So they're going to need us to work on weekends, work on Thanksgiving, work on Christmas, because their warehouse, DC, does not shut down. So we're going to ask each and every one of you to step up, help us continue to perform the capacity, or provide the capacity, perform the service, and keep the capacity going for our customer Walmart. So please know that's schedules are coming. We'll have some schedules out there that will require all of us to work together to keep the business flowing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, including weekends, including major holidays. So thank you again very much for being part of the team. We're excited for you, each and every one of you. We're excited for Smith Transport. This is a great opportunity, short-term, long-term, and we want to work hard together to keep this contract going on for many, many years. Thanks for joining Smith Transport, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you very much.